Welcome to this tutorial from myexceldeveloper.com about creating a custom ribbon in VSTO for office applications. We will use Excel for this example. What you need is Visual Studio. We'll be using version 2019 and, of course, Excel. For this video, we have already created a sample project. See our other video linked in the comments below, and we will be adding a new ribbon. First, select your project and add a new item. Now you will get a list of all items available to add to your project. Choose Ribbon Visual Designer and give it a name. Just press the Add button and the ribbon will appear in the design environment. The ribbon is now created. Next, we will explain how to add a new tab, groups, buttons, and more. Let's start by adding a new tab. By default, all items in your ribbon will appear under the tab add-ins in Excel. However, you can create a custom tab as well. Right-click on the ribbon and select Add Ribbon tab. In the tab's properties, you can give it a name by modifying the label. As you can see, the new tab has now been added. If you want to remove any built-in tabs, simply select one and press the Del key. Now we're ready to start populating the ribbon. In your toolbox, you'll find a variety of controls available for customizing the ribbon. If the toolbox isn't visible, go to the View menu and select Toolbox, and it will appear. Let's begin by adding groups and giving them names. Select Group from the toolbox and drag it into the ribbon. You can create multiple groups within a ribbon tab. Each group can hold a variety of controls, which I'll explain shortly. Once a group is created, go back to its properties and change the label, which will become the group's title in the ribbon. In the groups we've created, we can easily place a few buttons. Simply select a button from the toolbox and drag it into the group. You can customize the button's label through its properties and also assign an image. The image can be added either from your project's resources or directly from your hard drive. Let's do the same for the second button. Each control comes with various properties that you can modify. A quick online search will provide detailed explanations for each property. As you can see, the buttons are currently stacked vertically. To arrange them side by side, we just need to adjust the control size in the ribbon's properties. But how do we make a button perform an action in Excel? It's simple. By double-clicking on the button, you'll open the code editor in Visual Studio, where you can add the code that will execute when the button is clicked. For demonstration purposes, we'll add a message box to show how this works. As you can see, there are various controls you can add to your ribbon groups. For instance, you can add a menu that contains multiple buttons. To do this, select the menu control from the toolbox and drag it into the ribbon group. After adding the menu, you can open it and drag in buttons. You can also rename each button by modifying its label in the properties. Adding combo boxes to the ribbon is just as simple. Select the combo box from the toolbox and drag it into the group. A combo box allows users to choose from several items. In the Properties window, you can select and manage the items for the combo box. A new window will open, allowing you to add and organize multiple items that the user will be able to choose from in Excel. Additionally, you can customize screen tips and super tips, the hover over title and description, and even attach images for each item if needed. Curious to see how this looks in Excel? Simply press F5 in Visual Studio to compile and build the solution, which will then launch Excel. Once Excel opens, you'll see the newly created tab, My Excel Developer. Clicking on it will reveal the Ribbon tab and all the controls we've just added.